Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about is Kenichi, or Kenshi, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry bro, I'm calling your name. Or is Raiden worth summoning for? Now we have 5 days and 21 hours left as I'm making this video, meaning you don't have much time left to summon for these characters. And to farm gems, it's really hard to farm gems right now. So are these characters worth pulling, or do you want to save for 5.1? That's what this video is about. We're going to be talking about the 5.1 characters, and we're going to be talking about these characters. So let's start off Kenichi. Now, this guy is actually really good. Not only to me is he one of the most fun characters we have in the game, he's also one of the best DPS in the game. I honestly, like, DPS wise, I would probably put him top 10 or top 5 DPS. Like, he's actually insane. And for a Dendro character, which there is not too many right now, if we go look at the Dendro lineup, there's a good amount now, but there are not a lot of DPS characters. If you see like she's a support, good Dendro support, really good Dendro support. We have Kira, good Dendro support as well. Baizu, really good Dendro support. Kavya, also a support. Yayo, again, support, and I'll hate them. He's the other DPS, and Naya. So when it comes, and Tignari is another DPS. So we have a good amount of Dendro characters in the game, but not too many DPS. Like, Tignari is a good actual Dendro DPS, but he's probably the third one. But that's my thing, is that we have a lot of Dendro support characters, which Nadia obviously is the king of Dendro, or queen, I'm sorry. The queen of Dendro support, and queen of Dendro period. To me, she's still the best Dendro character in the game. Even with her, these other characters are pretty good Dendro characters. Like, I'll Hate Them is probably the best Dendro DPS, and I'll probably put Kenichi too. So if you don't have I'll Hate Them, and you don't have Tignari, and you want a good Dendro DPS, he's your guy. This guy's really good, and he's really fun, and he's perfect for the new nation, Outland. He's so good for the new nation. Definitely worth summoning for. For real, if you do not have a good Dendro Deeps, or you need like really want a fun character, he's worth summoning for. Now, again, I'm saying that we're gonna talk about the 5.1 characters in a bit, but let's also talk about his banner. So, Thoma is right there. Thoma's pretty good. He's not the craziest, but he's pretty good, even by today's standard. On a 4-star list, he doesn't make the top 10, but a lot of the 4 stars are good supports. None of them are going to do crazy amount of damage. Like, the best 4 stars, obviously, in my opinion, still Bennett. Like, there's other 4 stars that are really niche, but Bennett just helps everybody. But Thoma is like, he's okay. Like, he's good enough. We got Kujusera. Kujusera is literally just a buff to Raiden. I love Kujusera, but only when I'm running with Raiden. I would never ever run her without Raiden. And I'll always try to run Kujusera with Raiden, because Kujusera, the amount of buffs Kujusera gives to Raiden is like actually an insane amount. But again, I would still just put, I would keep it like this. Like this. Kujusera and Thoma are not the best 4 stars. They're very niche characters. Again, if you have Raiden and you have her, like, you know, with pretty good characters, like, and stuff, and yeah, Kujusera is actually, like, she helps Raiden so much. It's crazy. And then we have, holy I forgot to pronounce the name. Well, we'll break down her kit real quick. I actually haven't really played with her much. But she is a Pyro, she's a Pyro and Electro support. She actually is pretty good. And, she actually does good damage. Like, she's actually an interesting character. And at C6, she also does she did heals, and they also get damage. So, like, she's actually good. Like, to say she's not good would be kind of dumb, because she actually is good, and she does heal a good amount from what I've seen. She's also a fun character. So, like, she's actually a good 4-star. Absolutely the best 4-star in this banner by far. But again, does that mean she's worth summoning for? No. Absolutely not. No. So, again, Kenshi, again, I think he's a good character, but the banners, the 4 stars in the banner aren't the craziest. And like I said, he is good. He is good enough. But again, the 5.1 characters, which we'll talk about in a couple seconds, are a lot crazier. So let's go back to Raiden. Now Raiden. So I would just mention how Kenshi to me, I don't think he's the best Dendro DPS. Raiden's definitely the best electric character in the game. Let's just double check this. Chlorodot is definitely up there for DPS. Actually, she probably is better than Raiden for a DPS role. But listen to what I just said. A DPS role. She is crazy though. I mean, like, you guys see this. It's literally a book right here. Oh my goodness, it's a book. Yeah, she's crazy. Like, she's actually a crazy character. She's insane. But, she also is just providing damage to the team. And she is really, really good. Raiden, on the other hand, is just going to be supporting the whole time. And she's also a really good damage dealer. But, as much as I love Raiden, she is my favorite character in the game. Have her C6, R1, artifacts, all that stuff. I don't know if she's an absolute must summon for you. I'll tell you this. If you don't have a good electric character, I would summon. Because she, again, I would probably put her. I would definitely have her in a top 5, top 10 list. For still, even to this day. Even though the Electro got a little nerf, she still is like actually peak. She does good damage on her burst. She's supporting the whole time. Gives everyone ER. She could still put in some work. Like, actually put in some work. Now, again, a lot of the other characters... electric characters are good, but like Chlorodot is probably like the best selection, and Raiden's probably number 2, but I would still put Raiden 1. She could like do her effect on the team is just it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, it actually makes no sense. She is so good, man. So good to this day. Now, another thing too, reason why I would summon for Raiden, actually, like I said, Kenshi, I would summon if you don't have a good Dendro DPS. If you don't have a good Electro character, which, as much as I love Keqing, she's not good anymore. She's good enough. It's a PvE game at the end of the day, so Keqing will always be good enough. Even Lisa, like, Lisa would be good enough. Fischl would be good enough. Like, these lightning characters are quote-unquote good enough. But in terms of actual, like, good lightning characters, which I love Yamiko, but I wouldn't even put her on the same level either. When it comes to actual good lightning characters, it's literally just Raiden and Chlorodot. Like, actually, like, we do not get Electro buffs. Now, Sino is pretty good. He's like a 10 times better Razor, but I really don't consider him like a god. Like, I don't know. To me, he's just a better Razor. Obviously, Razor more physical, but Sino is more like Electro Razor. He's really good though. He's good. I remember it's a PvE game. He's good, but if I had to say, Raiden's got to be either number 2 or 1 for Electro characters. So I would say, if you don't have a good Electro character, summon. If you don't have a good Dendro character, summon for Kenshi. But they're not must summons. Like, Kenshi's not a must summon. Raiden, I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't think she is a must summon at this point, especially at C0. All these characters at C6 are crazy. I will say though, like I said, I feel like Raiden is probably more prone to power creep than Kenshi. Kenshi's just a deeps. Soon as there's better DPS, which this game's power creep, we'll eventually get better DPS. Raiden will always be supporting, have the good damage on her ult. Yeah, she's gonna be good for a while. Weapon banner, I'll talk about it very quick. Please do not summon on weapon banners ever, especially as a free-to-play player. Golf for Lightning is really good on a couple characters, actually. It's actually a good staff on a lot of characters, but again, I still wouldn't summon. This is actually pretty good, but again, it's not a must summon for me. Just, it's good, but not a must summon. So, yeah. Now, weapon banner, don't do it. So, we're not done. We have the 5.1 banners to talk about. Let's talk about the returning characters. I want to talk about Xianlan, obviously. I butchered her name, but... So this is the character coming back. Chiori. She's actually pretty good. I think people sleep on her. She's an interesting character. Is she crazy, though? I don't know if she's crazy. I don't know if she's crazy. I think she's good. But is she crazy? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't think she's that good. Like, in terms of Geo characters, would I have her? I think Navia is better as a Geo character. Geo characters right now are very interesting. Geo characters are good, but remember Geo, like, you have to be really good. Zhongli's probably still the best Geo character, just because that's what, to me, Geo is meant for. Ito's a really good Geo character down here. Navia's probably the best until the new character comes out, and then Shador is probably, like, behind her. Geo is an interesting element. Again, I just feel like these characters are good, but they're not must summon. So she's gonna be in part 1 with the new character. Now, Zenlan, oh my god, I keep butchering her name. She is so good. She's pretty much just Geo Kazuha. And I feel like she might be a must summon, especially for newer players, because she's gonna be buffing everybody. Literally everyone. Literally everybody. Besides, like, what is it, Dendro? Doesn't get buffs? With Dendro and Geo don't get buffs? And Animal, I think. But Pyro, Cryo, Electro, Hydro, they all get buffs from her. She buffs everybody. And she buffs herself. Geo damage too. So I think Geo characters do get a buff as well from her. Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, she's a must summon. I love Kazuha to death. And to me, if Kazuha came back, he is a must summon. If I didn't have him. She's going to be a must summon, without a doubt. I mean, she's going to be, like I said, supporting the entire team. She's going to be able to do good damage. And she's going to be fun as hell, too. I think she's probably a better summon for you guys, considering she's just another Kazuha. So you'll have a Kazuha on one team, and then you'll have her on another team. Again, I cannot stress enough, I think she might be the best character. Not the best character in the game, but, like, out of 5.1, it's either her or Nadia. So 5.1, like I said, she's coming back, and then we're going to also have, in part 2 of 5.1, we're going to have my girl Hu Tao come back. Now, Hu Tao is, I love Hu Tao to death, but she also is probably outdated at this point. She is, in terms of a Pyro DPS, she could still put in work, though. Absolutely. Against the PvE game, at C1, she could easily put in work without a shadow of doubt. She's actually really good and really fun to this day. In terms of Pyro, though, like, she's 100% outdated. Because we got, Yoimiya is definitely not better than Hu Tao, but she's close. And then we got characters, you get the Lenny, like, he was already a step above Pyro, and then you get to her, and it's kind of just like game over at that point. And then when it comes to Pyro DPS, we're also going to get the Pyro Archon. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I just don't see a world where anybody else is worth summoning for besides her as a Pyro DPS. Like, she's really good as a Pyro character, and then Lenny's pretty good too, but like Hu Tao, I mean, listen guys, I don't think so. But that's totally up to you guys. Next up. Sorry, I'm just bugging out right now. Next up, we are gonna talk about Nadia real quick. She's coming back, or Nadia. I'm sorry. She's coming back. Nadia. I'm sorry, guys. I keep butchering her name. She's coming back in part 2 of 5.12, and she is, to me, still the best Dendro character, and definitely the best Dendro support by far. It's not even close. If there's anybody in 5.1 that returns as a must summon, it's her. Her and Zenlong are just gonna be must summons. Like, they're gonna just make everybody better. I really don't even know if I have to really explain too much. Like, if you played the game or know what she does, she's just kind of busted, you know. She's kind of just busted, you know. Like, her all, I mean, you guys see, like, this is just, she just buffs everybody, bruh. I don't know. She does insane damage with that. Constellations, I don't even want to, like, she just, guys, she's just crazy. I don't even really break it down for you guys. She's just crazy. She just does too much. Her, just pop her ult, and then you just do things with everybody else, and then you just win. Her ult's literally the entire world. Yeah, nah, she's crazy. I definitely, in my opinion, for 5.1, just summon on Nadia and then the new girl that comes out. So, again, are these characters worth summoning for? I don't think so. But again, that is totally subjective and up to you. So, again, Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna summon for these guys, or are you gonna skip? Again, we have 5 days left. Again, if there's anybody you're gonna summon for right now, I would probably summon for Raiden. As like I said, this guy, he is really good, really fun character. Probably the most. I mean, you want to talk about who's more fun? This guy wins, clears Raiden every day, every freaking day in terms of more fun. So if you care about more fun, sure. But if you actually want to care about longevity characters, Raiden's definitely better than Kenshi. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna be summoning for Kenshi and Raiden? We got 5 days left. Or are you guys gonna be saving for 5.1? Or are you guys saving for, you know, the Archon in 5.3? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. See ya later, man.